Had to reset the feed because it weren't working. Six likes, 6 viewers. Totally makes sense. Previous video, comments got shut off. I have regular viewers saying that they can't find my feed. It's being hidden from them. Really strange. And you know, seemingly fits only one narrative. It only makes sense one way. Well, I guess the second way it could make sense is there's just a shit ton of coincidence. But I don't necessarily agree with that. Oh, what an interesting day. It's always interesting. It's interesting to be the guy who insists on talking about these specific things. You know, we should kill pedos. We need to stop the genocide. We need to end the slavery. Third time's a charm, we'll see. And to run into any opposition is weird to me, let alone the insane amount of opposition that at the same time, you know, they won't actually say what it is that they're here for, but they're here and they're mad. It's a strange thing. It's strange to experience all of this. You would think it wouldn't be so difficult to find an argument on social media. It's social fucking media. Like, what do you? This is where arguments live and die, man. If it weren't for arguments, social media wouldn't exist. We. That's all I see, J Money. I don't know if you type something else, but it says we. Hello again. The whole thing is strange. This whole thing is just strange. And the reality is I wouldn't expect anything less. You know? We're fighting against a much more advanced, like this, isn't it interesting that the biggest movies of all time are the ones that talk about us finally waking up to the control system and breaking through it? Whether it's literal in the sense of the movie or it's some sort of like figurative sense of it. I think Free Guy is a fantastic movie. Like the symbolism and what's being presented to you is undeniable to the point where literally, all right, it's that we built alligator Alcatraz for immigrants and not something like that for pedos. Yeah, exactly. So, do you guys notice I'm not even moving? I'm literally sitting here. Just made my feed go fucking wonky. I know a lot of you like to believe that I live like on the border between two signals, so I must be crossing over the signals or something. That's why my feed does that, which is stupid. Why do you think that just happened? I always thought it was weird that we had a system that could track COVID people, but we don't have that for pedos. Why aren't pedos on a full-time tracking system? Why do pedos have any rights whatsoever? Like, they should just be glad they're allowed to exist. That they don't get killed. I just don't understand why in our society, who supports it? Who thinks that when somebody gets in trouble for rape, you know, Like, it's not black and white. We're not talking about like statutory rape where 17-year-olds with a 15-year-old or some shit. You know, it's not ideal, but it's not fucking horrendous. But anybody that can rape somebody that's saying, no, stop, please, I don't want to do this. Especially if that's a child, or you've coerced that child into that position. Like, who thinks that we should keep those people alive in a protected wing of the prison where nobody has access to them but them, where they can exchange ideas and plans and learn from each other, and then get out and move into your neighborhood? Who thinks that way? Who doesn't think it would be a much better situation if we just killed them? And if the knowledge of killing them was the fucking thing, like if they knew that they would get killed, don't you think that would limit? You know, if they knew it wasn't just a slap on the wrist, they knew that they would be immediately executed. Do you think it would deter a lot more people than the current situation does? You know, like I've said before, what we should do is create a system where we acknowledge that there are people that like to hurt people, like to torture people, like to rape people in our society. And if you're big enough to admit that you're one of those people, you should be allowed to sign up to a list, agree to be monitored, and as you know, as long as you're not associated with any random rapes or killings or anything like that, whenever somebody does do that shit, they get given to you. And whatever happens, happens. You can keep them alive as long as you want to. You can do whatever you want. They are your property. You're responsible for them, for sure. Like, you're responsible for them getting out. You have to be able to, you know, maintain the imprisonment. But if you can meet certain criteria, which CSI and SVU and Criminal Minds and all that, they love to tell us that those people exist everywhere, that there are bunkers beneath houses within a couple of miles of your house where people are being held captive. So that's not a real big deal, right? Like, that's possible. And as long as you follow the rules, you'll be given new prey whenever you need one, because there's more than enough of them to go around. Do you think if people knew that they would be given to somebody who's just like them, if not worse, that they'd still be willing to risk it to hurt your child? I don't think so. I think that would severely limit the number of children actually being abused if they knew that they would be given to someone just like them or worse. But that's called a solution. And if I'm wrong and you have a better one, let's hear it. Let's hear it for the boy. Let's hear it for my man. Let's hear it for my baby. Let's see. Wire pedals in the Oval Office. Exactly. Why is somebody in the Oval Office who is as associated with it, even if he's innocent, until he's proven innocent, why is he allowed to still be in office? He clearly has allegiances to Israel that are, you know, just go look at his appearances at the AIPAC Policy Conference, which happens to be the thing that only the State of the Union address has more government delegates and representatives attend the State of the Union. That's the only thing that they attend more than the AIPAC Policy Conference. Every year there's an AIPAC Policy Conference, and every single fucking government representative they can possibly squeeze in, they do. At this point, I'd have to agree. It seems like a huge problem in the world. Besides, we punish people for smoking what they want. We put those people in jail for years at a time. For sure. And a lot of times, again, those are just, just people like, dumb white kids. Victims. People who will be victims in prison. To ruin people's lives over what they want to do to their own bodies is fucking insane. And nobody, well, not nobody, very, very few people who receive punishment for doing drugs or whatever stop doing drugs. They come out of the punishment and their lives are so much harder than it would be without. Having that check mark on your narrative makes your life exponentially harder. It doesn't prevent people from doing drugs. It pushes people to drugs. And the fact is, who cares if you do drugs? I'm allowed to drink all I want to, which is way worse than most drugs. Alcohol is straight poison. Being drunk is your body fighting off the poisoned feeling, fighting off the alcohol poisoning. That's what being drunk is. Your body processes opium better than it does most food, but alcohol is a poison, and you could just go buy alcohol anytime, any place. Not as bad as rap. I don't know what you mean. Something else must have been eliminated. Let's hear it for the boy. Damn, I'm having that fucking song in my head now. That's a terrible song to have stuck in your head. Let's hear it for the man. I remember being little. Let's go, man. And riding around with my mom, my single parent mom. And of course she controlled the radio. So I can remember being a kid and not knowing what that song was about, but singing along. Let's hear it for the boy. Not as bad as rape. Yeah, nothing is. Literally nothing is. I think rape is almost worse than murder. Because murder, fuck, it ends and it sucks, and yeah, it's terrible, but rape is something that affects that person for the rest of their lives, affects any relationships they may have, affects their children. Rape is like a cancer that just continues to spread and cause damage and it's really fucked up, man. It really is fucked up. Dude, I tried to let you in. You went and laid down. I'm not doing it again. Yeah, I should go to the hospital for sure. What a strange day. Haven't been using haven't needed any references yet today. And today I was supposed to talk about Anu Domini. Right? Domini, I said it right. And I didn't. It was foolish.
Just like riding a bike. Like the surgeon making a hip-hop beat.
Did you guys hear about
No
the
matter how hard I work,
journalists that were killed? One
like
of Al Jazeera's, El Sharif was his last name, Anas, Anas El Sharif, was killed in a tent in a specific airstrike that killed him and 4 other journalists. He was one of Al Jazeera's top journalists, and they killed him. Straight hate for smokers, but absolutely no smoke for pedos. Nice. Right, that's nice. Get some help, Rose. Schizophrenia isn't fun for anyone. How do you know? How do you know that schizophrenics don't enjoy it? But look at how desperate. Like, this must be some dumb J, right? Some dumb J who is embarrassed. Well, who is actually should be embarrassed by their pedophilic nature, but isn't. Do you know how many times I actually get a dumb J to respond to something, like especially on Facebook, and I point out that they're a pedo and their cult is pedophilic and they don't deny it? It's crazy. It's crazy. I have it. I'm a sicko. I'm a schizo. Oh, well, then how do you know you're even talking to me? I mean, seriously, what's more schizophrenic than believing that there's an all-powerful being that talks to you, that's in your head, and is always there? Like, seriously, that's as crazy as it gets. And you believe like people say you have to have a relationship with Christ. You have to have a relationship with God. You believe that the thing talks to you and you can talk back to it? You must not know your Bible very well. But it literally it comes down to arrogance for sure. But it's amazing how incredibly arrogant and stupid people can be. And it's so I guess I just refuse to believe that so many people, that's on me. I really need to get over it. There are a lot of NPCs out there that are just programmed to say the same dumb shit. I don't want to believe that, but it's the truth. Just stupidity, right? Like it's fascinating to be on this side of things and to require, like, at least the ability to have a logical discussion before I'm going to pretend I believe something. But the fact that so many of you just arrogantly believe what you want to believe based on nothing is such a strange thing to witness. And how inconsistent your beliefs are. You know? How selfish and how arrogant it all is. It's just wild. The arrogance. I can't stress it enough. The arrogance is such a strange thing. You coming this time? OCD dog. Now? Come on, man. What are you doing, weirdo? Come on. All right, it's the last time I'm doing this. Come on. It's your last chance. Come on. Alright, you're gonna have to wait then. That's what you want to do? Come on, don't whine at me anymore. Come on! Alright, dude. Stupid dog. Oh. Stupid dog. Oh. It's hot. I hope you have fun. This really doesn't even matter. I'm tired. I'm done. You have yourself a wonderful afternoon. And go get your free download. Go watch Hollywoodism. All the stuff in the links. Go follow those links. They're good stuff. They'll ask you how much you want to pay to download. Say nothing. Don't really care. Put $5 in. I really appreciate it. But all we ask is that you share it with someone. So go get your free download. Go watch Hollywoodism, the greatest film ever made. And go check out the music videos on Facebook. Like, share, and sub there. Like, share, and sub here. Do all that stuff. You know what to do. Have yourself a wonderful day. And you pedophiles. Pedophiles, kill yourself. Oh, by the way, I think the comments got shut off again.